Since 2020 May. And since then, I think a day has not passed when I have not done the meditation in the morning and then went for my work. It has given me a lot of more time to organize myself. It has been a pleasure to enjoy the life that I'm leading now, because it gives peace of mind. And especially this magazine, which has been just come in on the purpose of life. Yeah. If one knows the purpose of life, one can do it very well. And and the thing which has helped me a lot by becoming a vegetarian. I have been, since then, I have not taken any non-veg at all. It is a pleasure, and moreover, I would like to congratulate the Buddha CEO organization, how they have produced nicely and very and elegantly the quality of the magazine, and especially the articles, and coming purpose of life is what you want. If you know the purpose of life, you will enjoy yourself. Wish you all the best, and I will continue to do the meditation daily without fail. It's a pleasure and it helps me.
Good evening, friends and masters. Welcome back. So today we are on day 19 of this 21 days program. So as you saw in the video, today we'll learn about the purpose of life. So we all have a question, right? What is my purpose of life? Why I came? What I should do? Right? So we'll understand more about the purpose of life, how we can identify and how we can live our purpose. So today also Sonal ma'am will take the session. So welcome Sonal ma'am. Over to you.
Thank you, Aparva ma'am. Good evening, dear friends and masters. Very warm welcome. Thank you, Aparva. Hope everybody had a wonderful week and ready for the weekend. And big word, right? Purpose of life. The first time I heard that when I listened to Bhagavad Gita class, and you know, the facilitator was explaining that, you know, we as human beings, what is our purpose of life? You know, just like animals, we also eat, drink, mate. How are we different? You know, we have 5 senses where we can discriminate. So a lot of people, you know, gave all their answers. And one of the things he said is, you leave that legacy of your belief, your value system to your next generation. You know, so that's when I thought first time, you know, so that it was so beautiful to hear that. So we're going to talk about, you know, I'm sure, you know, it's become more popular in last few years about Ikigai, you know, and that is a Japanese proverb. And what it says is that they've seen that people who live longer, healthier? What are they doing differently? I mean, of course, we know people, who manage the stress better, but still, when people are aligned with the purpose of life, meaning you're getting out of bed, you're jumping out every morning that, wow, it's the next day, instead of saying, oh my God, it's a manic Monday, back to the grind. So that's the difference, people who live to the fullest. And we all can, we've just got lost into, and we've kind of misinterpreted a lot of the stuff that is, it's up to us where we want to evolve, how we want to evolve. So let me share. They have a beautiful PowerPoint. Thank you, Apurva, for that. As you can see, there's a beautiful book, it says The Japanese Secret to a Long and a Happy Life. And I think this is one of the recommended books. So this kind of summarizes everything that we're going to talk about today. What it really means is that what is it, once you love what you do and you're aligned to your purpose. So as you can see in this graph, it says what you love. And then also combined with what really the world needs. Because when you say what you love is like, oh, I have passion of painting or passion of dancing. That's great. It's good for your own. But along with that, of course, what you're good at, when that is combined, and not necessarily every time you get paid for it. But again, when you say paid for it, there are different ways to get paid, right? And when it is also combined with what the world needs today. So when all of that is combined together, you have really found your ikigai, So where it kind of combines passion, mission, vocation, and your profession. And when you have all of that, the only time we talk about retirement is when we are living a stressful life. We are counting that, oh, when am I going to retire? How many more years I have? I need to. Today only itself, somebody was talking at work that I'm going to meet my financial advisor. So I want to find out how I can retire. I didn't say, I just smiled because I was thinking what I was going to share this evening. So that's when I thought that I know what I don't want to do. I'm not sure if I really have found my ikigai. Because we all have, as growing up, we all have different purpose, right? As a student, your purpose is different. Then when you're getting married, as a wife, your purpose changes. As a mother, your purpose changes. And that is okay. You don't have to, when we talk about purpose, we're not saying that you have to serve. And of course, that's part of life. But at the same time, the reason we're talking about this concept is because we're talking about, why we need to do meditation. And once we understand that we are, our brain and our heart is in coherence, we are trying to change, our emotional state, our physical being, and our mental being. So with all of that, we can go towards deeper questioning, the who really we are. Are we all just here to eat, mate, and then what next? To feel that we're doing something good. Maybe we do a little service project, read some books. So it's a question that you ask yourself that, where am I? Where am I going next? And is that really that, since we are now not living by default, we're going to be designing our life. So that's something, a deeper question to ask yourself. And we kind of motivate each other with, what Mahatma Gandhi said about the purpose of life was, undoubtedly to know oneself. We cannot do it unless we learn to identify ourselves with all that lives. The instrument of this knowledge is boundless, selfless service. And I think what I really resonates is, cannot do it unless we learn to identify ourselves with all that lives and the oneness. When we feel that compassion and that love for every being on this universe or that we come across, and how beautiful is that? And that comes only when you know oneself. And just for me, I can talk for myself that I thought I know myself, but I realized after coming in meditation that so many things I was oblivious about myself. We kind of think that, oh, we've learned everything. We're humble enough. We're loving enough. We are friendly enough. And then I realized, no, I was judging. I was still blaming and claiming. So, when all of that drops, when you're in that neutral state, then that's when you start thinking next. As Dalai Lama said, I believe that the very purpose of life is to be happy. From the very core of our being, we desire contentment. In my own limited experience, I have found that the more we care for happiness of others, the greater is our own sense of well-being. And we all have experienced this, when we are serving our larger selves, the joy and the memory that goes, you can just experience that. Like we do medical camps when we go in Rice Foundation, it could be, talking to our neighbors or anything that we do it as if we're serving our own selves, and that's what makes us happy. So I thought that was so nice. As Deepak Chopra says, when you combine your ability to express your unique talent with service to humanity, then you make full use of law of dharma, that is living your purpose. And, as you can say, Ramesh sir, when he realized what meditation did to him, and he wanted to bring this to everyone around him, Apurva being that strongest pillar ever can be, doing it together, how wonderful is that? They're in coherence with each other. As much as we all husband and wife are not in coherence, we are like a spiritual sadhana to each other. But when it comes to these kind of mission, this is what it brings us together. We realize, because we are also learning, we're also growing, we're also aligning, with our own self, that are we happy first? And then we can, move to the next. Because what your cup is filled with, that is what you're going to give to everyone around. If you know how they say when you spill a coffee, when you dash into somebody that, oh, my coffee spilled. But because the cup was full of coffee, that's why it spilled. If the cup was with water, it would spill water. It's the same way when life jerks you, jolts you. If you have anger and if you have depression and you have sadness in you, that's what is going to spill. But if you have that love, that compassion in you, then that's what is going to spill. And Brahmarishi Pitama Patriji, who's the key inspiration for Buddha's CEO, what he says is the purpose of every person on this earth is to regale himself or herself with the highest possible enjoyment, entertainment, and enlightenment. He calls it a 3 E's: enjoyment, entertainment, and enlightenment. How wonderful is that? No one needs to suffer. And as we all know, the reason we suffer is because it's lack of knowledge. When we're ignorant, that's when we suffer. The moment you realize you have the knowledge about whatever that is you're facing, that it has come to teach you, it has come to grow you, and something great is coming out of it. Once we understand that, then there is no suffering. And it's also to apply a unique talent in service of others, whatever you're good at, whether you're good at computers, you're good at talking, you're good at nurturing, teaching students, whatever is your, and we all have it. Sometimes people feel, oh, but I am not that talented. But trust me, we all have that unique talent because there is no second person like you. You are that such unique and precious creation of this universe that there is no second Apurva. There is no second Babitaji. So how precious is that? So we all have our unique talents. We just have to meditate to find and be aware. And as we talked about it, right, it can vary from time to time. When your kids are home, your first purpose is being a mother, and and so forth, depending on where you are in your life. Overarching purpose may be there, but not necessary to know what that is. And sometimes people think that, oh, I'm not sure. I've already done this. I've already done that. I think I try and serve. I try and teach. I do all of it, but I'm not yet sure. So then what do you do then? So that's when you try something new. You do something that you've never done before. And push yourself beyond boundaries and see if that's what you want to do. So I thought that was really interesting to kind of not come to that stagnant point that, there's always something more we can do. So, which was not easy for me, but when somebody pushed me, I was I was pushed to over my comfort zone. But then once I kind of moved through it, with a little bit of, I wasn't anxious, but I was nervous, I think I should say. I realize it's not easy, but I think that's why we have friends where they push you for good things ahead. Listen to your heart, your inner voice. And when can we listen to our inner voice is when we calm down and we take that time to sit with ourselves. And by doing meditation, at the end of the day, we all have our chores and our, physical life that we do, that we have created a routine. But at the end of the day, when you come and sit for meditation, it's one of the best, Friday evening was one of my best evenings as we would do meditation here locally on the phone. And but now that Friday is every day, so always jump and do something new, do meditate service for a few months. So I think what I understood is, when you give food, when you give clothes, when you give money, when you give something that's tangible, it's always going to be over. Right? It's going to be only until you feed a meal or you give somebody, something physical. It's only until it lasts. But when you are doing energy service, when you're empowering somebody with something that can do without anything, this will never be over. So it's one of the highest service that you're giving. Once I understood that, I really thought that was so amazing. If nothing lasts on this, you know how to meditate once you kind of realize that. So I thought that was something new that I learned, and that's what interested me too, that even though they don't do it, I have done my part. Even at work, when people are talking about, I tell them, what I do, what they should do. And I'm sure someday they'll listen, but we do our part. And it truly develops intuition, but sometimes we don't have faith, so we don't listen to it. There are so many times I have been told in my, in my inner voice that, we should do this. But then when I wake up, when you see 5 other people, I kind of feel that I had not built that confidence and I still didn't listen to what my inner voice said. And I said, okay, if everybody thinks this way, we should do it. And here it is, I realized that we should have done what my intuition was saying. So every step is a learning, it removes all this clutter. When we are more emotional, feeling driven, our heart knows, your inner voice knows it talks to you, but we're so into external voice, we don't take time to sit with our inner voice. And once we do take time, then we have to build that confidence that, yes, that is what we want to do. So we already talked about, just jump in, see if you like it. If you don't like it, then, no one's put you on a spot where you can't try, filter those areas that take you into the flow. I thought that, being in the flow was very, very important. go beyond the comfort zone, recognize that, like, for example, people think, oh, I don't think I can ever teach meditation. But trust me, when you go, beyond the comfort zone, you realize you do things that you never thought you'll do. Because what we are comfortable, then the growth is not going to happen, just in general in life. The growth only happens when you do something out of your comfort zone, at every level, whether it's personal, professional, anywhere. And recognize that whatever you do will never be a waste. Clear goals, one task at a time. Go in details, go beyond comfort zone. Do not realize time is over, not get disturbed by others. So yeah, sometimes, people think, oh, I should have known this earlier. But now I don't feel that way. Once you kind of meditate every day, you learn there's a perfect time for everything, because we wouldn't be here today if we didn't have the journey that we had. So everything is just in such divine timing. It's the wisdom that, that we are spreading oneness, unlimitedness. It gives clarity to people of what to do next, because we can't solve others' problems. What we can say is we can empower them. We are here to listen. We are here to teach you how you can go within and see that what is it that you need to, shed light on. Whether it's finding a new job, a new relationship, practicing music, taking time to join some nonprofit, spending time in nature. I think that's one of the things that I think everyone should do it, no matter what the weather is. Even though it's this cold, I've seen people running with 3, jackets and all of it. Like, wow, that's great. Spend time with animals, care for them, because they teach you, such selfless love, compassion. People who've had pets, they would know that. So this book, they say the Japanese secret to a purposeful life, because apparently, people in Japan live, majority of them live really a long life, and because they're all working, so there's no retirement. They don't even have that word retirement. They, of course, most of them meditate, do prayers. We're talking about people who, truly practice this and living a purposeful life, who also is living a long, healthy life. They be sure to be in nature, because that's when we are connecting to the, the 5 sources that we are made up of. Eating more vegetables and fruits, and then be in the social group. So when we say social group, that's the community that you belong to. As we say, tell me who your friends are, I tell you who you are. So you want to be in groups who empower you, who encourage you, who are there to help you grow and live to the fullest and be happiest. And this was one of the, I think, pictures. This lady from who paints her home during her lifetime and turns into a tourist spot. And I think there's a picture of her in the next one too, if I'm not mistaken. So I was just thinking, it's so beautiful, to do this. It's just absolutely, amazing. And, we see Chandra Aunty too, she's not here today, but her whole house is full of painting. Whenever, you see, I don't know if you have been, but I've been to her place, and her basement, her kitchen, her everywhere, she, paints. And that's why she's so always joyful and always ready to help and do everything, So I thought it was so, so beautiful. So with that, I think I'm gonna stop sharing here. So the idea is to kind of ask a deeper question. And when you read that book, it will really have a lot of questions for you, that what is it that we want to go next, and how we can be aligned every day to the purpose of our lives. So with that, we can all do the meditation. And thank you, Apurva. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you so much, Sonalji, for the wonderful session. Hope it was useful for everyone to understand the purpose of life, how different ways we can try and understand our purpose. At every given time, we have different purpose, but our main purpose of life is the highest purpose. To achieve that, every day depends on time. Now I'm here teaching. Tomorrow my purpose will be different. I might be going somewhere and doing something. But there are all the temporary purpose to achieve our highest purpose. We'll understand when we do this meditation what is the ultimate purpose of my life, right? So when we do that, we truly enjoy and live our life happy and longer also. So with this thought, let's do this meditation today. So friends, all of you sit comfortably and close your eyes. And as usual, we'll start with the heart elevation process, where you place your hands on your heart and just feel that elevated emotions. And then we'll go into the breath mindfulness meditation, where you just observe your normal natural breath. So clasp your hands, fingers into fingers, and cross your leg at ankle. If you're sitting on chair, the posture is important, and just observe your normal breath and follow the guidance. So thank you, friends.
Dear friends, dear masters, with your eyes closed, specs removed, keep your hands on your chest area. And rest your attention on your sacred heart. And can you feel this loving heart center? Your primary connection into the quantum field. The center for all experience of life. Connect with your heart center, dear friends, which is expanding all life with its energies of love, joy, gratitude. Can you recollect an experience from your life, from your past, present, where you felt enormous love, joy, gratitude, or any of the heightened emotions, and relive that moment and elevate yourself? Relive that moment of love and feel that energy inside your beautiful heart.
and allow yourself to direct that energy onto every corner of this planet Earth, where it is received by the needy. Where your attention goes, there your energy flows. And slowly, let's go into breath mindfulness meditation with your fingers into fingers. Hands comfortably rested in your lap. With your eyes closed, observe your normal, natural in-breath and the out-breath. Our goal is to empty the mind and merge into that greater quantum field of energy. When we observe our breath, the mind becomes empty. yourself to merge into your breath and allow yourself to become totally empty of all thoughts in your mind. When you observe your breath, the mind becomes empty. As your mind is becoming empty, we channelize all that energy into the generous present moment. We allow our body to function at its natural best. We gain greater clarity. Allow yourself to merge into your breath and allow yourself to experience that emptiness inside of you, all around you. Allow yourself to merge into your breath and allow yourself to become totally empty of all thought. Slowly and slowly can you become aware of that emptiness, where there's no body, where there's no thing. allow yourself to experience this emptiness. That infinite depth of that emptiness spreading far and wide. All emptiness is energy. This is the unlimited field of quantum energy with limitless possibilities. The longer you stay connected, the more you become of it, and the more you receive from it. It is natural to have thought. If you recognize your thinking, go back to observing your breath, dear friends. Everything that you ever experienced or will experience is here in this field of energy. The longer you stay aware of this emptiness as no body, the more possibilities you draw into your life. Allow yourself to merge into the emptiness of yourself. That greater intelligence your higher mind everything and everybody are connected in this field of energy. the longer you stay aware of this emptiness, the more you lose yourself to this nothingness. The more we experience everything. Friends, it's truly an honor and privilege to be experiencing this life at this time of history. Many are not so blessed. Can you express gratitude to all things and everybody? Your gratitude to your parents, to your teachers, your mentors, to your family, your friends, your colleagues, your relatives, your partners, everybody. Be grateful to this grand nature, the bird, the fish and the animals, to everything you use, the technology, the company, the system, the governments. Gratitude to yourself and to this intelligent quantum field for allowing us to experience so much more in this life. Gratitude is an high state of receivership. Relax your body.
I am beautiful. I am powerful. I've let go of my past and celebrate.
Feel your body and let your autonomous nervous system
I am powerful.
repair your body.
And I celebrate who I am. I am beautiful. I am powerful. I've let go of my past and celebrate who I've become. I am beautiful. I am powerful. And I celebrate who I am. I am beautiful. I am powerful. I've let go of my past and celebrate who I've become. I am beautiful. I am powerful. And I celebrate.
Recollect your experiences from the session. How did you feel? What did you see? And whenever you're ready, you can keep your hands on your eyes for 5 seconds, and then you may open your eyes.
Hello, friends. Hopefully, everybody had a wonderful meditation. Thank you, Apurva. You still feel like being in meditation, continue, enjoy that bliss, enjoy that stillness. Me and Apurva are here. If anybody has any questions. But at the same time, if you want to continue doing longer meditation and want to be in that bliss, feel free to be there. Because last day we do have question, answers, and sharing. So we can always do that. But at the same time, we are here if anybody would like to share or have a question. So such wonderful time to be present as a group consciousness, on this planet Earth, when there are such dynamic events happening in universe. So we can continue that bliss within us. And I think we'll all meet tomorrow at the same time, friends. Enjoy the bliss and wonderful evening. Good night.
Thank you, Sonal. Thank you very much. Thank you, Apurva. Thank you.
Thank you, everyone. Good night.
Thank you. I want to say thank you. Thank you. Thank you. 'Cause I